Hi Paula, how you doing today?
Abid, how are you? I'm good, thank you.
I'm good as well. Thanks for acceptation for this show and coming here. Thanks a lot, Paula.
Thank you for sending it. I'm honored and very humbled, very humbled.
And it's really an amazing honor to have you here. So I'll just start with the question, okay, without wasting time. So the first one is, I was going through your profile and I saw that you did bachelor's in psychology and child studies. So why did you opted for it, and why did you had it as your core subject at the start of your career?
Okay, going back to pre-university when I was in high school, had a lot of exposure to children,
Okay,
but I had a lot of questions about my own life and my
okay,
own development and lifespan. And I was always asking questions inside my head, like, why is this the way it is? Why is that what
right.
affects that? The many factors involved.
Curious
So I
questions.
figured, you know what? Child studies had lifespan development. I thought I would like to be a teacher. So that's what I went with. And I applied for child studies, got in, went in there. After 1 year, I was like, I don't know if I want to teach, but I love
Okay,
psychology.
okay,
And I went and spoke to the counseling department. I said, okay, let's combine my BA with the psychology. So I wanted to be a
okay.
child psychiatrist
Okay,
at that
okay.
point. All these
Uh-huh.
dreams, right? But things changed, and I was just
Right,
happy to get the combination BA in child studies and psychology for lifespan development to answer a lot of my own questions.
right.
Um, and I thought, okay, if I'm not going to teach, that this is going to open up a lot of doors, because it's not, you don't always go in with,
Right,
you don't always come out with who you plan on going in on.
right,
Like, you
right.
come in with these ideas, but when you're open-minded, possibilities just, wow, I could go somewhere else. I could.
Right.
And then
Bec-
with the the child psychiatry part was kind of like, you know what, I can't afford this. And then life got in the
Okay.
way, like,
Uh-huh.
it just went in a different direction, so I was okay with
Right.
that.
You
And
know, right, because lots of things are going on in the mind that I'll do this while I'll reach this age, I'll do this, I'll be turning to this, and I'll do that. But life
yeah,
has its own plans to be executed by you, although the plans are related to your life, but still they are
yeah.
really very different sometimes. So yeah.
Part of me, I am a bit competitive with myself, and I'm determined. So
Uh-huh.
once I start something, I like to finish it too. So I didn't
Okay.
really want to drop the child studies, and I was really enjoying. So I had no electives. I had a full load of um,
Right.
majority courses. So I had no electives really. All my electives were psychology. And she's like, "Are you sure you can do this?" I'm like, "Yep, I can do this."
So,
So it
uh-huh.
took me a little bit longer, but I finished it, and I was happy to have that accomplishment. So then I went off and did something completely different.
I got it. I got it. I'll be coming to that as well. I mean, for which you are known by people. So I was also having a question. You did psychology. So did you ever find it useful for your normal life? I mean, while you're talking to people or having a communication, I mean, did you find it, useful for that purposes as
in
well?
theory, in theory, it gave me, it was just, you learn different reasons from different psychologists or different people in the past. And it explained a lot, because you didn't have any terms for what was going on.
Hmm.
But then you kind of compare too. I mean, like, Freud's got one idea and Carl Jung's got another, Eric Erickson's stages of life. And you kind of put these all in your head. And the idea is to not just take that theory, but to apply it and work
Right.
with it. And
Yeah.
it's like, if something comes up, I think that's when I kind of discovered everybody has a story.
Yeah.
And when you're always looking for the good in other people, that
Hmm.
means you're accepting their story.
Right.
And
Right.
they could be behaving like this. Maybe this happened to them. You don't know. So I think being in psychology too just opens up your mind, and you are more accepting. I mean, it's really,
Right.
it was a lot of self-discovery too,
Uh-huh.
right? Because
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I couldn't even understand why my life the way I was. And then I had other motivation too. Like somebody said that, you know, like, you're stupid, you're never going to do it. And I said, really? And that fed my motivation.
Right,
If
right.
somebody tells me I'm stupid, oh
Mhm.
man, you wait.
Oh, that's kind of cool, really. I mean, whatever you learned, it was you wanted it, and then you applied it. It somehow got you the answers for the questions you were having. That's really amazing. Now, the second question is, I saw a lot of your posts over LinkedIn, and I must say, they all are really, really very amazing and interesting for people, really motivational and influencing. So the question is, when and how did you explore this talent of creative writing inside you? When was that time?
Um, I must have been the first time I could pick up a pen. I wrote
Okay.
as a kid, and I just picked up a knack for rhyming, and it was just something I could do. Like every card to my parents for
Uh-huh.
Father's Day, Mother's Day was, you know, little
Oh.
cute little rhyme type thing. But then when I
Uh-huh.
started writing, I would just put it away. Nobody encouraged me, and I didn't see it
Oh.
as a gift or anything like that. But it was just
Uh-huh.
something that I did. I
Okay.
didn't think about why I did it. I just did it.
Okay.
And
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
So for what was the first time you did it, and what exactly you wrote? Wherein you
The
found that idea?
earliest, I would write little lyrics about two little friends walking down, like little jingles and stuff
Oh,
like
okay. I got
that.
it. I got it.
But then
Uh-huh.
as I grew, it got deeper. Being a teenager with a lot of, you know, every teenager goes through a lot of stuff. Whenever it is
Mm,
deep and depressing or life, it
right.
got really deep.
I
And
got it.
that's when I was upset, I wrote
Uh-huh.
and I put it away. And like every now and then I'd throw out a poem here and there, or something would just make me write. It was just something I was compelled to do many times. And I just wrote with a pen and paper, and then I would just put it in a, but the thing is, I always dated them and I kept them. And it was like an ongoing sequence, and they just stuffed into a box
Oh.
until about a year or two ago.
Oh.
And then I was like propelled to ask myself what I wanted to do. And yeah, we're moving on to the
Right.
next question.
Okay, okay. So that was really cool. I mean, people are having their talents and sort of writing talent. They're having a lot of talent, but they are at some point of their life, they are, not even able to realize that they are having it. So I am really glad that you had it at a I mean, young age, I can say. So you
Yeah.
started it like 20, 25 years ago.
A little bit longer than that.
Okay, yeah, I can understand, surely. So the next question is, I've also heard a lot about word JD poetis and opism.
Yeah.
So what it is, and can you tell us a little about what exactly that means?
It's in my profile, actually. Well, not the Jedi protest.
Okay,
Opism. Op is
opism.
my nickname. Op. OP is my nickname. My sister couldn't say my name when she
Oh,
was a young baby, whatever, toddler learning how to talk. My
okay.
name being Paula, she called me Appa. And
Okay.
dad cut it to short, and now my family Op. My name is Op, OP. So um, I guess years ago too, when I was working as a supervisor in an office, I had a team of people. I would send them out a daily motivational thing to start
Okay.
their day.
Okay.
Sometimes I throw in an opism because I love just making up a quote that made you go, wait a second,
Okay, I
make you
got it.
think, right? So
Uh-huh.
the whole idea of ism, it's a doctrinal belief system. So it's something that makes you, it's right, it's true in me, and I kind of put it to opism and just played it, and people at work were like, hey, where's your opism today? So that's,
Yeah.
it was a daily thought that I sent out kind of thing. And then I just kept them on file. I kept them on
Oh.
file. And now when I write something in a poem, the opism is what kind of motivates me in a graphic or something like that. Because they're catching, or some of them
Right,
are.
right. It turns on someone for doing some good work. So definitely that would be a
Yeah.
great achievement for you as well as the people who are watching it and reading it. So yeah, that's
And
cool.
the word Jedi poetess,
Jedi.
anything in
Okay.
my profile too is bestowed upon me. I am not a self-proclaimed. Everything I in my profile I pretty much earned. Back in October or November, the first person to call me a poetess was Pramith Ramjan. I call him my godfather.
Oh,
He
okay.
bestowed the title upon me, and other people started calling me a poetess. I loved it.
Oh,
So, and then
amazing.
not too long after that, Michael Cortina, he's on LinkedIn as well, he
Okay.
responded and called me a word Jedi. Other
Okay.
people jumped on that too. So somebody said, "You are the word Jedi poetess." And then
Okay.
I go, "You got to put that in your profile." I'm like, "You think I should?" And they're like,
Oh,
"Yeah." And
okay.
I said, "Okay, I'll do it on New Year's Eve because then I think I've earned it." But I did it a little bit earlier because they said, "You know what, do it." And I'm like, "You know what, I really like it. It's kind of my brand now."
Right,
And
right.
it did. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
is.
how it came to be.
Well, I mean, that was amazing story about optimism and word Jedi poetess, right? That is amazing, amazing. And I was, this is not in the question list, but I still have a question because I saw that you're having a lot of followers. I mean, to be frank, if I would have to, just handle these people inside a room, I won't be able to. So there are around 60K followers over LinkedIn at your profile, and you are writing continuously, writing, and giving inspirational speeches and motivational quotes as well to people. So my question is, if you're having these much followers, and definitely apart from them, there might be a lot many more outside to have words from you, or see something which you are writing or posting. So why don't you think of starting a startup or becoming an entrepreneur someday at this stage? Did you ever had that in your mind?
I actually, yeah, well, I registered my business in January as right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and but I'm also a certified yoga teacher,
Uh-huh. Okay,
and
okay.
I was teaching, going to people's places and doing the teaching, and that kind of got thrown off the bus with COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
Yeah,
just a
this is that.
side gig, really. I wanted to be more ready and prepared for the writing services type thing. People were coming to me in DMs and asking me to do things for them. Can you write a poem on this?
Right.
Can you do a video on this? But there's only so much you can do for free. But I think I proved myself, and it's very time consuming. I mean, I love what I do, and when I do it, it has to be just right before I
R-
release anything. So I am
Right.
involved with a lot of other projects as well. But the end goal is to be published in little segments, because I do have a lot of stuff that I've put out there. And there's one in particular, I want to be a child. It could be a bit adult, but if somebody's like, you've got to make this into a child series, it has to do with the heart, brain, and mind. And they're little
Right.
stories about the conversations between the brain, the heart, and the mind, and then the core.
That
So
is
there's like
amazing
five of
idea.
them, and I'm just trying to figure out the graphic session. But the end result, the end game, like eventually I'll have these little pieces going out there. I'm just not sure which way I'm doing it. I'm doing a lot of background work for that, but I can't take away from the creative. If I don't create, I get mad. It has to come out.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that
there's
really
a lot of
helps.
background work, and I'm doing the preparation now as we speak.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have to wrap up some projects that I am involved in, because some of my work is published or
Okay.
will be on
Okay.
these sites, that they're on some websites, on some books that are coming out for other reasons I don't think I can really say right now. and wrapping that up so then I can focus more on what I need to do for me to
Right.
survive.